It's Christmas of 2001. You crawl out of bed at 5 AM, shaking with excitement at the prospect of opening your brand new PS2 and losing yourself in the game that you've only seen in tantalizing snippets from magazines and TV advertisements. This game is Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. In a flash, you've set up your sleek new PS2, with a little help from Dad of course, and before you know it, the opening cinematic plays before your eyes. You hear the gravelly voice of Samos Hagai, the sage of Green Eco, speaking of his search for answers to questions so old, even the very rocks do not recall the answers. Answers. These are what we will be attempting to find in these videos. Or, perhaps, more questions. Join me as we follow Jak and Daxter throughout the many environs of this ancient world. And the many timeless secrets it holds. Its ancient structures. Their form and function. And the landscapes that surround them, in an effort to learn what we can about the way the Precursors lived. And the way the younger races currently live in the world they left behind. We will be starting our journey for answers in the place where our heroes start their own journey, the island of Geyser Rock. The sun shines down from above. You feel the spray of fresh geyser water sprinkle on your face, cooled quickly by the soothing ocean breeze. Your adventure has begun. Welcome to Geyser Rock. Ostensibly, Geyser Rock acts as our training ground, purely from a gameplay perspective. We casually make our way through it, getting to grips with our jumps, our physical prowess, and our mastery of eco. But what do we know of this mysterious little island beyond what the game tells us? Stop for a moment to admire your surroundings, and you'll see ancient wonders silently watching your every step. Precursor robots slumber within the very cliffs that surround you. Why are they buried within the rock? How did they come to be there? The clue could be in the namesake of this island, Geyser Rock. The presence of geysers denotes a certain amount of volcanic activity in the region. Could it be possible that this island possesses volcanic vents within it, beyond the view of what the game affords us? Once, this island may have been much smaller than the island our heroes begin their journey on. Could a cataclysmic eruption have engulfed the island, huge gouts of lava flowing over its robotic denizens and cooling into rock over time? Withstanding both time and great heat is no tall order for Precursor metal, as we can see from the condition of the artifacts submerged in the volcanic pit next to Rock Village, and also dotted throughout Fire Canyon. The presence of a warp gate, and also a blue eco vent, tells us that the island needed two things: ease of access and a steady supply of power. While it is possible that Samos Hagai or other residents of the island, namely the Blue Sage, set it up there, possibly for Samos to study the fauna of the island, it is also possible that the warp gate was put there by the Precursors themselves. The blue eco vent could have been used as a constant supply of power for the robots. Given the distance from the rest of the island, Geyser Rock could have well been used as a weapons testing facility or a robot construction facility of some kind. Perhaps the rocks surrounding the robots are the vitrified remains of a much larger cliff, melted from the power of red or yellow eco-based weaponry to test the durability of these robots. On the neighbouring island of Misty Island, we see a sealed dark eco silo that the resident lurkers are in the process of trying to open with crude explosives. It wouldn't be far-fetched to assume that given the two islands' proximity to each other, that the robots of Geyser Rock were used for the repair, maintenance and or sealing or opening of the dark eco silo on Misty Island in a time long before man or lurker walked the earth. After all, Gal and Maya jury-rigged a Precursor robot of their own for the sole purpose of opening the silo at their citadel, so it stands to reason that maybe working the dark eco silos was one of the Precursor robot's original functions. Another feature of Geyser Rock is the door that requires Blue Eco to open. The exact purpose this door serves beyond the introduction of our heroes to the usage of Blue Eco powers may have been that of an access hatch to the Precursor robot that it is a part of. It could be that the pilot could channel a surge of Blue Eco to access the robot via this hatch and enter its cockpit, powering its systems to life with the Eco in their body. This power is evidently only needed intermittently, as we can see the robot's hearts and eyes glow at nighttime. This robot may have been dismantled or unfinished, as passing through the access hatch leads us not inside its body, but to a pool of water with a geyser at its centre. It is possible that the island and its Precursor-made features have been there for an incredibly long time, and that this room or space used to be rock. The geyser's water could have eroded it over time, eroding the rock into the sand and water of the pool at its base that we see now. We see several platforms made from Precursor metal to the right of the pool. We can only guess at their full purpose, though when we translate the text on them from Precursor to English, they read quest. This could be a simple prompt that Jak and Daxter's quest is only now beginning. As for their function in setting, they could be power generators or even pistons attached to a much greater mechanism, similar to the pistons that still function in Precursor Basin. Finally, we look at the platform that hovers from the cliff near the pool, back down to the warp gate that brought us here. This platform could very well have been used to float easily around the titanic forms of robots during procedures of routine maintenance and other various optimizations. In all likelihood, the Precursors would be able to float freely, whether with their own personal hovercraft or eco powers, so this seems like a stretch, though they could also have been a form of cargo transport, ferrying supplies and tools into the facility proper, freshly delivered through the warp gate from the mainland. We've examined all that Geyser Rock has to offer, but our journey has only just begun. Join me next time as we explore the home of Jak and Daxter, the cozy Sandover village, as we examine how it may have come to be and its relationship with the surrounding regions of the island. I'd like to give special thanks to Luminar Light and Water 111 for their debug build of PCSX2. Without their work, this video, and all the videos thereafter, would not be possible. Thank you.